First of all, you don't need to move twice or carry two mortgages when you sell a home. There are new alternative methods of trying to get from one house to the next out there that you should probably be aware of if you're planning on selling now or in the near future. The first one that comes to mind for me is the leaseback. So if you're selling your property and a buyer comes in with an offer to purchase, your agent can tell them, look, my client would like to do a short-term leaseback, which essentially is the buyer purchases the property, you close on the property, you get your money from the property, but you don't move, which means you have some time there between that closing date and your move out date. So the short term is that it could be 2 weeks, it could be 6 weeks, it could be 8 weeks, but it's definitely a short-term lease. They own it, you lease it. So it gives you the opportunity to take the money, your equity, and use it on your next purchase. So it's important to know what neighborhood you're planning on moving into. And also maybe you're thinking, well, I'll just move in and I'll rent something temporarily. I'll put stuff in, in storage. Or if you're building, all of those things come into play as to, what's your next move look like. The second thing is the old-fashioned way of doing this is you would get a bridge loan. So the bridge loan is essentially getting equity from your current home, taking that money and using it to purchase your next home. They have also come up with a new mortgage option out there, which is offered to you by Knock Mortgage. This gives you two different types of being able to move from your current property to your next property without having to handle two full mortgages. The third thing to keep in mind is, which I already mentioned this, is make sure you know where you're going to move. So keep an eye on neighborhoods, keep an eye on developments, whether you're dealing with builders or resale, or if you're thinking rental. It's important to have your eyes wide open as far as what the market's doing so you can kind of time your move that way. And lastly, I'd like to mention that it's so important to speak with your realtor early on. Number one reason is when you meet, you could discuss what you need to do to get your home ready for market so it's as appealing as it can be to the majority of buyers looking in your area at that certain time of year. So looking at your area in this current market. So what that does for you, if you have your home in great shape and you might be in great shape, but you may have to neutralize stuff, you may have to update a few things. But being able to do that ahead of putting it on the market means that when you go under contract, you're going to have a very eager buyer waiting to control the sale of that property. So they're not going to want another buyer right behind them trying to take possession of it. They're going to want to control the sale. So like you want to control the sale on maybe a leaseback, they're not going to lose the sale over having to do a leaseback, which means you need to be in really great condition in order to time it just right for everything to work well for you as the homeowner. Other perks that come with that are because you're market ready and you've got eager buyers looking to purchase your home, it means that you're going to get highest price and you're also going to have a shorter time on the market, and you could even get multiple bids. Our market's changing a little right now, but all of those things come true when you're ready for market, when you go on the market. If you're planning on selling in the next year or so, I'm Jane Cross. I specialize in home sales in Charlotte, North Carolina. My particular area of expertise is in South Charlotte, Ballantyne, Waxhaw, Marvin, and Weddington. So I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found some tips that were helpful to you.